Hello everyone. I am Miruna Dunu and I am a designer with an architectural background. I will be briefly presenting my contribution to Living with Water exhibition. And I was actually very happy to notice that topics that I addressed in my work were also touched upon in the presentations in the first session, which kind of like confirms that ideas are in this sort of beautiful weaving pattern that come together and actually inform each other. So Hydrotopia is a video piece exploring various attitudes towards cohabitation with water. Our culture is permeated with stories, superstitions, rituals, threats, habits, necessities, activities directly related to water. And this essential fluid is an integral part of our culture and spatial reality as much as it is part of our biological life. Mapping an intuitive understanding of living with water, Hydrotopia places focus on the experiential qualities of inhabited environments, showcasing 5 different outlooks that vary from water regarded as a mysterious substance to one where it is completely demystified. Playing upon subjectivity and notions of design fiction, the video aims to transport the viewer into different scenarios that are equally distant and plausible. So one by one, I will present the 5 episodes. First one, as you can see, Water is Magical plays upon the vast mythology around the healing properties of water. These are more common than suspected at the first glance, with rituals such as the Christian baptizing or fairy tales with reference to the so-called living water and fountain of youth being a significant part of our collective culture. Is there something in these myths that we can still draw inspiration or any kind of knowledge from? Next one, Water is Damaging, addresses the prominent threats related to the habitation with water, oftentimes out of the human control. The unleashed force of nature caused major damages to the human activities and built environment, as we could see in the earlier presentations. But instead of fearing water or engineering it without fully understanding the side effects, can we think of other ways to adapt to its natural cycles? Water is Controllable draws upon the modernist paradigm where nature holds no secret to the human anymore, and where the former can be, if not should be, completely engineered by the latter. Could this be the most ethical and productive attitude humans can have towards water? Another topic is Water is Scarce, addresses one prominent fear amongst human communities nowadays. What happens if we run out of potable water? Under the threat of climate change and massive pollution, living with water might easily turn into living with almost no water. Would we be able to adapt to such extreme conditions? But perhaps more importantly, what can we do now, globally, to prevent such a situation for both our sake and all the living beings on Earth? And Water is Our Equal presents a sort of ecotopian scenario that speculates upon a balanced and equitable living between human and the natural environment. Placed in a post-anthropocentric future, this episode closes the series with an invitation to reflection and, why not, debate as to what the future of living with water could or should be. And then in creating the video, a few design aspects were important and guided the process. The 5 attitudes towards living with water coexist and hence complete altogether a rather complex image of what water cohabitation entails. The relation between water and architecture was another key element in the creation of the video, reflected in the consistent references of spatial experiences. This also informed the title. The temporal abstraction is also an invitation to debate. Are the presented attitudes obsolete or are they yet to come? While the voiceover may refer to water culture all across the globe, all the visual material intimately connects the story with Barya. It was important, and it was a design challenge in itself, to tell the story using solely visual material from the museum's archives. There was a process of reinterpretation while staying true to the provenance and meaning of images, such as old maps and photographs, defined the visual language of the film. Editing, I used it as a tool for highlighting certain aspects of the story, and since a museum is a place of knowledge amongst many other socio-cultural functions, the video includes references to the research behind the video. And last but not least, the video is shown at the end of the action room in the exhibition, and it serves as a reflection on and of the entire living with water. It does not attempt to summarize or to suggest any conclusions, but to open a door for a discussion regarding our possible futures in cohabitation with water. Due to time limitations, for now I will only show some glimpses of the video, but of course I would like to invite you all to go upstairs in the exhibition and watch it entirely. Extreme order reigns now over the city. Nature obeys to human's will. Chaos is eradicated. Water used as decoration in the public spaces is now only allowed in precast concrete basins. A narrow, dark corridor opened to bright gardens of lush vegetation. Metal amulets were hanging from the trees, dangling softly in the wind breeze. As the river started to grow thinner and thinner, many people feared. Some fled away, some initiated plans to combat the drought. Some took advantage of the newly liberated land right at the heart of the city. The bricks, the trees, the wooden stairs, the marble floors, the rough pavement, the once glowing windows, the plastered buildings, dissolve slowly, embracing the sudden afterlife they were never prepared for. I now work in the systemic architecture department, where I am involved in the implementation of microsymbiotic infrastructure that optimizes water temperature for all the aquatic animals and plants.